Welcome folks! I am happy to greet you in the first walkthrough episode of so long awaited, huge and I am sure awesome mod Beyond Skyrim Bruma. If you are new to this project, Beyond Skyrim is a huge modding project that aims to expand Skyrim to all provinces of Tamriel, and Bruma was released just today at the first region. So now we finally have a chance to see how the Nordic Cyrodiil region is looking 200 years after the Oblivion Crisis. So let's go!
Someone else wanting to get into Cerendil? You'd best speak with the Legionnaire, quickly. But be warned, he's not the most patient man.
This border is a restricted entry zone. State your intentions. You and hundreds of others. But I'm not authorized to let just anyone through. Border's locked down. That's that. No two ways about it. No arguing about it either. Those are the rules. You'll either need official papers or some other justification for your passage.
Oh, my legs ache. I might be
Oh,
going down with
a
hell.
fellow Legionnaire. Of course, of course. My mistake, soldier. You're free to pass through whenever you like. For the Empire, comrade. You think I make the decisions? I may be a Legionnaire, but I'm just a grunt compared to the powers that be in the capital. Not that it takes a Synod mage to work it out. Skyrim's in the midst of strife. The Empire's still reeling from the war. It doesn't take a genius to realize the Empire wouldn't want any of that chaos spilling over into its heartland. Understood. Just hold on one moment. Letting someone as distinguished as you through this gate. Makes a change from all the frustrated traders and irate mercenaries. It's been a pleasure, truly. Here's hoping you can do Cyrodiil some good. I'd advise you make your way down to Bruma. I hear they're dealing with a lot of problems down there. The heartland of Tamriel. She's ailing. Maybe beyond saving. But I'm sure you'll take a fair crack at it all the same. Welcome to Cyrodiil.
First dialogue impression. It is great. Maybe only the lie about the Legion should have some kind of speech skill threshold, but I believe that was not able just to start mod with our problems. Wow, so we can actually see the whole Cyrodiil map, but I think it is bordered to Bruma at this moment. Can't wait to see Bruma Castle, Chapel and the Cloud Ruler Temple of course. By the way guys, if you will like this walkthrough, don't forget to enable channel notifications to not miss the new episode. I will upload almost daily. If you are new at my channel, you also may be interested to watch The Damned Story, fully voiced Necromancer roleplay playthrough with beautiful and immersive mod setup. Check out the links in video description.
Report, soldier. Any luck?
None, sir. We persuaded him, we threatened him, we even beat him. Still wouldn't talk.
Damn it all. Unsurprising, though. Sadly. This one's stubborn. Too stubborn for his own good. Still, you did all you could. And that's admirable in itself. Now go. Get back to your regular shift. Damn it all. I'm at a loss. Divines. How can I get that damned guy to shut up and comply? What was that conversation about? It was about possibly the most stubborn prisoner we've ever captured and incarcerated here. We caught him crossing the border a few days ago. Since then, he's been raving incoherently. Well, he's coherent, but near delusional. We've been meaning to interrogate him, but every time I've sent one of my soldiers to do it, he's refused. And You know the worst damned part? I feel for him. He's clearly somewhere between naive and insane. And the Penitus Oculatus aren't the most merciful sort. They'll come for him soon, make no doubt about it. And when they do, he'll face a fate much worse than any of my troops could dispatch. It's not the best situation. My hands are tied. He'll be carted off by the Penitus Oculatus, the Empire's secret police. I've heard a lot about how they operate. None of it pretty. I'd prefer to resolve this situation here before sending this guy off to them. Divines know it'd probably be a fate worse than death. But if no one's able to successfully interrogate him, well, my hands are tied. It's not common practice, but considering what the alternative would be, and how uncooperative this particular prisoner is, I can't really say no. He's in the prison wing of the fort. One moment. Take this. A letter proving that I've given you authorization to go in there. Best of luck, and thanks for helping us with this.
Well, let's use our speech skills and help this poor guy.
Good afternoon.
Whoops, seems I entered the wrong door.
Hold. This is the prison wing of Fort Pail Pass. If you want to get in, I'm the one to grant you access.
But I can only grant that access with the authorization of our commander, Legate Priscillius Varro.
Let me take a look at that.
Seems authentic. Yeah, that's the legate's hand, all right.
Okay. Head on in, I'll unlock the door. Do whatever you have to do.
Oh, I should warn you. Once you head in there, we're putting the fort on high alert, locking the doors. Just a heads up, this prisoner's been known to get a little irate during questioning. Don't want him making a break for the exit door. All right, doors open. Good luck in there. Gods know you'll need it.
Hello.
You're not one of these damned Imperial soldiers. Are you here to rescue me?
I'm sorry, friend, but I'm that Imperial milk drinker, so I will not let you go.
Oh. Oh. A true son of Skyrim. My heart gladdens to see you in this hive of Imperial bootlickers. Because Skyrim is suffering under the Empire's yoke. We're not even allowed to worship our own damned gods. You wouldn't understand. You're an Imperial dog, a toady for the Dalmor. But we deserve freedom! And to truly achieve freedom, we need to end the Empire. Strike at its heart. Cyrodiil, the Imperial city, and the rest will crumble. Oh, Talos, here comes the damn jailer. Just what I needed. Someone else insulted the
I see your interrogation's going well. Better than any of the other sops that I've tried, at any rate.
jailer. Come to God with the poor, helpless Stormcloak. You'll pay, damned Imperial! You'll all pay!
You say that every day. Still haven't found a way to break through those bars, though, have you? The information you've gotten out of him so far? Good work. You've gotten the basics out of him, but the Legate needs to know everything we can possibly extract. So, well, best not let the prisoner hear our little chat. Follow me. See you. Good afternoon. Can I help you? Thought we needed to get away from prying ears. Last thing we need is to let the prisoner in on our techniques. Now we know the guy's plot. Heard it straight from the horse's mouth. But we need to know more. This time you need to take on a few different lines of attack. Find out who sent him, if he came with anyone else, and where they may be. And try not to lose track of time. The Pentatus Oculatus will be here soon, and the Legate wants us to get the information out of him, not them. Good luck. Until next time.
You know what? While you were back there exchanging poisonous words with your jailer friend, I've decided I'm not talking. No more! Whoa, okay. Crossed the border through Serpent's Trail, an old smuggling route. We're not part of the main Stormcloak army. At least, not anymore. We call ourselves the Stormcloak Breakaways. All right. Need to get violent. There are others. Not sure how many. Who was never in command, just their forward scout. One of them, at any rate. But I know of at least 6 others. 3 of them crossed the border, came down here. Not reported back in weeks. The others, 3 of them, waiting on the Skyrim side of the border. Lying in wait, waiting for my report. Given that I've been stuck in here for days, bet they're running out of patience right quick.
But he has connections. Stormcloak breakaways, eh? So even Ulfric's Stormcloaks aren't extreme enough for some of his flunkies. Stir-crazy Nords. 6 accomplices. Not quite an army, but a formidable force given a clever and able commander. I see. Well, thank you, What the? Quick, follow me.
Turns out, buying stacks of black market invisibility potions leaves little coin for lockpicks. Who's there? I knew I heard something. Just
Whoa, by the divines, that was painful.
Looks like that was the last of them. That looks dangerous. Keep it away from me.
I'll kill you.
Nope, you won't, because I will run, because I don't have a single wish to fight all of you together in these corridors. For those who noticed that guy in corridor actually hit me, but I received no damage, it is not a guard mod of course and not a bug. It is a restoration spell from Amazing and Icen Apocalypse mod. It protects you from the first 2 melee attacks when combat starts, but it has a decent cooldown. I'm also using alteration spell named OK to Recital, that allows you to store 3 non-combat spells, so usually some kind of protection spells, buffs and so on, to then auto-cast them when combat starts. It is pretty much time-saving spell.
Divides forsake them, and Dagon take them. Stay on alert, everyone. Might be more of these Stormcloaks yet.
Alert! We have Stormcloaks coming from the east! Wait a second! Weapon!
Yes. We are the Penitus Oculatus. A thrill for soldiers posting in a frigid backwater such as this. The prisoner. Now, Varro.
This one, here. I hired them to interrogate him after our own efforts proved fruitless. I suggest you two have a conversation first.
The legate's disobeying command. You can't simply let him.
Enough. Come then, let us speak, and see whether or not your findings are as interesting as the legate seems to believe. So, what did you discover? How many accomplices does he have? Where are they active? What faction does he belong to? Stormcloak breakaways. Interesting. But more importantly, accomplices. While this ill-fated little prison break revealed that much, the prisoner's confession suggests more widespread activity than previously assumed. Ah, it seems the prisoner's here now. I must say, Legate, your operation is quite efficient.
Are you really going to take him away? His plot was stupid. There's no way he could have done it. He might be insane for all we know.
The security of the Empire comes before all else, Legate. You will come to understand this in time.
You there! You may be a lapdog of the Imperials, but it's not too late! Down these damned Imperials! Free me! Don't let them cut me away!
Enough of these foolish overtures. This way.
Now that was unexpected and pretty impressive.
Yeah, not exactly the outcome I was hoping for. But the Empire is what it is. The best damned hope for Tamriel, warts and all. Still, you did what I asked of you, and accomplished it well. Here's your payment. I'll try not to think of the poor guy's fate. Not even a Stormcloak deserves to suffer the Penitus Oculatus' interrogation techniques. It's rough and tumble, to say the least. This place is damned freezing. I don't tend to cross the border. This is as close as I get to the cold climes of the Nord homeland. I guess the Nords serving with us are used to this. They laugh it off while they rub their beards and puff their chests. But I can't stand it. If you mean the border itself, though, few people tend to come through. The Empire does know how to lock down a border when it tries, so we're here mostly as a last resort.
Until next time.
Oh my. Oh my. Do you recognize this place, guys? It is that tavern where in Oblivion lived that handsome master level blade trainer. Remember? Remember? I don't remember his name now, but it is exactly that tavern with literally the same interior design. Oh, guys from Beyond Skyrim team, I put my head off. It brings back so many good memories.
Nowadays. Closest thing to a rumor around here is the sound of the hearth. Burning away. Like it always does. Well, I did hear a rumor that there's a Bosmer bard in a tavern near the Skyrim border who's currently looking for work. I heard tell that he's currently employed, but in the arse end of nowhere. So, you know, he's always available. If anyone, divines please, if anyone's interested. Well, actually, I have heard talk of a bizarre little creature running around stealing chickens and pies. Oh, and chicken pies down in the Blackwood. Heard folk down there have taken to calling it the Munchkin.
No!
Whoa, you know, I really like how the dialogues are written. I'm just having fun speaking with absolutely random NPCs. It is, well, it is amazing.
Even if neither of them care to admit it. People are doomsaying, saying that Cyrodiil is about to descend into another great war. I don't know what to make of it, and I don't much like contemplating my own death, so I try not to think about it too much. Bye.
Damn it all. Run out of Cyrodiil, all for daring to offend Dorina's band of criminals and cut purses. What's wrong? I'm being forced to flee my home. That's what's wrong. All because of those damned cutters. I got on their bad side. Angered the wrong people. Fought a little bit too tirelessly when they attacked the wagon I was escorting. Long story short, I need out of Cyrodiil. They're chasing me as we speak. I just stopped in here to get a bit of Nord fire in my belly for the trip. Actually, I hate to ask this of you, but could you deliver this note to my brother, Hulgard? He runs Northern Arms, the smithy in Bruma. Thank you so much, Traveler. I'd be happy to give you directions to Bruma if you need them. Once you get to the city, just find it. Best of luck, friend. And thank you.
If you're in the mood for song, you've come to the right bosman. See you.
Because the Empire's got the border locked up tighter than a Khajiit skooma horde. Normally, this inn would be a hive of activity as travelers stream down the Gerals, heading to Cyrodiil. Now it's just an inn in the middle of nowhere. And I'm alone. Even more so since I lost old Barnius. My old dog. I love dogs. Most faithful companions a man can have. He died a few years ago. The cold got to him. He never liked the cold. Was used to the temperate climes down south. He was my truest friend. And now he's gone. The customers at least used to distract me, but now I don't even have them. Speaking of which, I've been meaning to leave an offering at his grave, just behind the inn. Something to pay my respects. Remember a lifelong loss, you know. Problem is, I'm not really up to going around and gathering this stuff together. The wilderness is dangerous, and I don't want to die to a timber wolf or an ogre, or who knows what else. Thank you, traveler. You are truly a generous soul. I'll reward you. If you could gather some Motherwort for me, I'd be able to lay an offering for old Barnius. Just a few should do. Return the Motherwort to me, and I'll be able to leave an offering and feel a little more at peace for a few more years.
Hello. Excellent. The room is yours for a day. Allow me to show you to your room. Right this way.
dangerous. Keep it
And that's why you killed me? Oh.
You'll be begging for death.
You'll never leave here alive. If you want me to die, you should probably start by hurting.
Just a small note. Don't be afraid to enter Bruma at low level. I'm using a lot of combat mods and enemy AI improvements, and that's why each enemy is a challenge in my game. You will not have such a strong enemies if you just play Bruma. Oh, that's a real ogre. It looks really similar to Oblivion ogre. Good job, definitely. And something is telling me that I should not test my shield and take even one attack from this guy. Let's dance with him.
die! I'm just warming up.
I'm also sorry for spending your time by saving games so often, guys, but it is just for now. It is the first version of mod and it may have some bugs, glitches, deleted nav meshes and so on. I cleared the mod in TS5 edit, but just in case. If I will see there are no crashes, I will not save games so often in the next videos. Thank you for understanding. That's a moment of truth, guys. We finally arrived to Bruma. And what can I say? It is beautiful. It brings back so much memories to see it. I'm literally gonna cry now, you know? It is great to see all these buildings, castle gates on Skyrim engine, and it looks just great. Once again, I turn my head off.
Want my advice? Always carry a good stock of potions and restoratives around with you. Never know when you'll be lying on the ground bleeding out.
Can I help you? You what? And what's that there? I see. Cutters, huh? I swear, those damned bandits are getting bolder and bolder. They'll rule the entire county soon. Here. Have this. A little bit of coin. Least I can do. Here's hoping Avar can return here in time. Relatively good, as of late, I'd say. Hostilities are boiling under the surface here in Cyrodiil. Have been for a while. No one dares make the first move, but everyone's waiting for it with bated breath. That means they're arming themselves in preparation for rainy days to come. And that means customers for blacksmiths such as myself. Not to sound like a war profiteer, of course. Sure, they're not walking around in armor with swords in their scabbards all the time.
but people are keeping a weapon handy a lot more these days. Never know when you'll need to defend yourself from a party of Dalmor justiciars. Don't tell Armin I said that. They know a storm is on the horizon, and soon enough there, all of our lives are about to become a lot more dangerous. They want to be prepared. Here, let me show you. Hello. Good morning.
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The Chapel of St. Martin does not violate terms of the White Gold Concordat. There is no Talos worship going on here.
The spirit of the White Gold Concordat is that men are not and can never be gods.
What's your name?
Just as Tiber Septim is not a god, nor is Martin Septim.
But what does the Concordat actually say?
The Concordat forbids Talos
Why are you
worship.
talking to me of all
No
people?
mention of Martin Septim worship, though?
No, there isn't. I must consult with my superiors. Perhaps we will have to petition for a slight amendment to some unfortunately specific wording within the Concordat. We will keep our eyes on your little cult, however.
Greetings, stranger. Have you come to hear the Gospel of St. Martin?
The Gospel of Saint Martin.
Yes,
Saint Martin.
Saint Martin.
Oh
Have you
yeah.
heard the tale of how Martin
But
Septim
what
ascended to
about
sainthood?
Test 4
If not,
protagonist, huh?
Perhaps that would be a good place to begin. Yes, Martin Septim. Are you familiar with his story? Perhaps you would like to hear it. Saint Martin had humble beginnings as a priest of Akatosh in the city of Kvatch. When Daedra overran the city during the Oblivion Crisis, Martin led the people to refuge in the chapel. The fabled champion of Cyrodiil came to rescue him and told him the shocking news that he was the son of the Emperor. This came as a surprise to him, but it gave him new purpose after his home was destroyed. Along with the champion and the blades, Martin designed and executed a plan to undermine the efforts of Mehrunes Dagon and his servants, Mankar Cameron and the Mythic Dawn cult. There was a great battle here in Bruma as the Great Gate was opened to secure an artifact of immense power for Martin's plan. Finally, the champion under Martin's guidance slew Mankar Cameron as the Imperial City came under a great Daedric siege. It appeared all was lost, but Martin shattered the Amulet of Kings in the Temple of the One, transforming into a huge, flaming avatar of Akatosh. In this form, he defeated the manifestation of Mehrunes Dagon in an epic, glorious duel. This broke the siege of the Imperial City, restored the war between Tamriel and Oblivion, and ended the Oblivion Crisis. Our message? Our message is one of aspiration. The followers of St. Martin must aspire to be more than they are, to rise above their current place in the world and become something greater. In Martin's case, this meant rising from a humble priest to savior of the world. In more common cases, this could mean many different things. Rising above greed, evil, temptation, poverty. This is the power of St. Martin and his holy word. Restoratives. The Chapel of the Divines in Cyrodiil will never turn a blind eye to those in need. Restoratives. The Chapel of the Divines in Cyrodiil. Farewell.
Remember this house, people? It is that house where the Thieves Guild merchant or that man who bought the stolen goods. He bought the stolen goods you hear in Bruma. Exactly in this house.
I'm here to uphold the law. I advise you not to break it.
Can I help you?
Have you come to learn, or just to bother an old collector?
I'm Galerin, Synod Hopeful. If you have any cuts or bruises, I'd be happy to practice my restoration on you.
Yes, dearie.
Damnable tavern! Damnable owner! How dare he allow that lizard to engage in such a salacious display? Scandalous!
What is it?
It's a dingy squad filled with criminals, rats, and lice. The amount of underhanded deals and crooked business that goes on there, it beggars belief! I want its proprietor to land in hot water with our dear guard captain. He deserves it, no? Say, would you help me with that? Should help me because the tavern is filled with criminals. They deal with bandits. They steal. They rob. Surely it's only right that they face justice for what they do. Excellent. As it so happens, I'm a mage by trade. I have access to many magical items from my home of Alinor. Take this. It's a very special memory-gem. I have one active at all times, and this particular one recorded everything that happened at the tavern that night. Take it and let the guard captain listen to it. Irrefutable evidence. I'm sure he'll see fit to take action then. Until next time.
Excuse me, sorry to bother. I don't suppose you've seen any priceless Sakaviri heirlooms gallivanting around Bruma, have you?
Just a side note, Castle interiors looks amazing. Well, actually all interiors I see in this moment, well, they are just great.
Sorry to bother you, citizen. Just, let me know if any do crop up, yeah? Thanks. It's tough. On one side, you've got criminals, the kind that like to hide behind law and policy to wriggle out of justice. On the other, you've got politics, constantly meddling in our affairs as everyone walks on eggshells. And here I am in the center, just trying to make things work for the people. Sometimes I wish I'd stayed down in the Imperial City. Yep, me and my family, wife and children are still there, in fact. Left because the place is swarming with people, hard to find any work. Came up here, couldn't find much work either, joined the guard on a whim. Saw a lot, rose through the ranks. And now I'm guard captain. Funny how things work out. I try to take my duties seriously, and send as much as I can back to my loved ones. More than you might think. Between the Count, the White Gold Concordat, and all the other treaties, the rules are constantly changing. All I want to do is protect these people, jail criminals, earn my keep. And then the damned wind changes, and with it, the law. And then, what do you know? I'm supposed to jail this group, and that group, and the other group. And for what? For politics. Despite it all, though, I wouldn't trade this job for the world. It's rewarding, fulfilling, and at least it lets me provide for myself and my family. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. We have it fairly okay compared to some other parts of the province. The problem is that the criminals here aren't driven to it out of desperation. They just want the coin, to get rich. They know how to game the system. Except D'Artagnan. He's... well, never mind. I probably told you too much. No, I can't. Sorry, but I can't go blabbing about people's checkered pasts. Zombies tend to haunt caves. Be careful if you decide to go treasure hunting. A whole lot of uproar about nothing, that's what. The Count's been nagging my life and soul out about the damn things. You see, the Carvanes have a sort of family tradition. They've acquired a taste for Akaviri artifacts, constantly collecting more and more. Been going on for centuries now. Well, it turns out poor old Count Desilus, Count Carvane, isn't too happy that his collection's been stolen. No, not tensions as such, just... I'm tired. I've had 4 sleepless nights in a row. The Count's talking my ear off about these artifacts, and it's stopping me from tending to more important issues. Not that I'm disloyal to Count Carvane, of course. I've never had reason to dislike our ruler. Better him than some of the other counts and countesses in the province. Yes, this damned artifact business doesn't affect anyone except the Count. While I'm out chasing after shiny baubles, people are getting killed by bandits and waylaid on the road. I mean, we've got Thorina's cutters roaming the Gerals and harrying travelers for Stendar's sake. And I'm wandering Bruma after trinkets, like some lost paint horse looking for its master. Well, that... who am I kidding? Absolutely. This is driving me crazy. Just bring them back to me when you've found them, and I'll be extremely appreciative. And I mean extremely appreciative. Seriously. I feel like offing myself right about now. Oh, this should be interesting. Go ahead. Let's listen.
Farewell. What's that snot-brained Altmer doing here? This is no place for one of them.
You don't think he's Stalmore, do you?
No, doesn't seem the sort. But he's still not the right type for our little den. Might bring the wrong kind of attention.
Singe a strong mind.
So what do we do?
I'm one of the nobles of County Bruma. Is there anything I can help? With?
I know. Why don't we treat him to a little show of our favorite lusty Argonian maid?
Perfect. Let's go fetch her. Here, take this coin. I'd like to buy a little show for my Altmer friend over there.
Sure thing.
Oh, one other thing. He wanted you to roleplay as Litsplay, you know, from...
Hello.
Always the same fantasy.
I'm part of the Bruma
Sure thing.
Court. Rather high-ranking in
Hey,
it.
darling.
Oh my, I know
heard you
this,
wanted a
I
date
know
with
this.
Litsplay.
What is Litsplay? Ridiculous name, even more ridiculous.
Oh well, that was
My,
great.
Xerxes' breath! What in oblivion are you doing? I demand that you put that back on! Ariel, give me strength! Cease and desist! I demand that you cease and desist at once, you cretinous lizard woman! Stop jiggling about! I can't take this anymore. I think I'm going to faint. I think... Ah. Ha, it worked. Otis, you really are a genius.
I know. Sop didn't even know what hit him.
Ha! They breed 'em special in Alinor, don't they?
Well, that's certainly very interesting. But I'm not sure that there's much in there that I can take action on. Tell our Altmer friend that I'm very sorry. Tell our Altmer friend that I'm very sorry. I'm not too sure on the details of that, to be honest. Rignar, the castle steward, was the first one who noticed them missing. Might be worth speaking to him, if you think that's interesting evidence to dig up. Akaviri artifacts. I don't know anything more specific than that. Rignar and the Count both told me, but honestly it flew in one ear and out the other. If you want to know exactly what artifacts to keep your eyes peeled for, talk to Rignar. I'm sure he can help you more there. Almost definitely the resale value. Akaviri artifacts are very often one of a kind, and they can fetch a very high price to the right buyers. Someone possessing those artifacts could find themselves becoming very wealthy very quickly. I suspect that's the motive here. I have no idea how they'd manage that, honestly. Either adept stealth or good luck. Probably a bit of both. Not in particular. Then again, the lowlives of Bruma don't exactly hide themselves all that well. The shadier tavern in town, the Restful Watchman, full of thieves, bandits, thugs, and other miscreants, might be a decent place to start your search. Bye.
Wonder what to have for dinner. Civilian?
I'm the Count Steward here in Bruma. If there is anything you need, I'll try my best
Hello
to help
there.
you.
Bruma is the jewel of the Gerald Mountains, a strong and hardy city, imperial in name, but equally Nordic by blood. And while the county surrounding her is frosty, as Viscount Carvain says, the hearts of our people burn brighter than the warmest hearth. We have our share of problems, I won't deny that, but Bruma is a prosperous county given the times. Compared to Shadenhall and Breville, Bruma might as well be paradise, and at least we were spared the horrors of the Great War. Mostly. Well enough, I suppose. The Great War mostly spared Bruma. Thank the Divines for that. Most of Cyrodiil didn't have such good fortune. I am Silas Carvain. I have the singular honor of acting as Count of Bruma, defending her walls and ruling over her people. I am young, and I know some use this as ammunition with which to criticize me, but they are short-sighted, and they are foolish. I act in the best interest of Bruma at all times. I will always fight valiantly to defend her from threats both within and without. That is what matters. It didn't, mostly, and thank the Divines for that. Of course, there were Dominion scouts roaming the Gerals on occasion, but that's to be expected. Minor skirmishes are not what people refer to when they speak of the horrors of the Great War, though. They mean the Battle of the Red Ring. They mean the sacking of Anvil. And these are evils that Bruma was spared. Her walls remain unharmed, and her buildings remain upright. That being said, Cyrodiil herself reels after the Great War, emotionally and psychologically. It took its toll on the whole province, and Bruma is no exception. Bruma may be spared the physical scars of the Great War, but the mental scars, they run just as deep here as they do anywhere. It's a complicated task, let's put it that way. On the one hand, there are the Imperials. On the other, there are the Nords. And then, there are the other cultures to contend with as well. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the Stormcloak uprising in Skyrim has complicated things to a certain extent. But I'm proud to serve Bruma and her people. Not particularly, no. I certainly don't envy my friends across the border in Skyrim, though. These are truly dark times for the Empire. Let us hope that this storm blows over, as of all the rest. But something makes me think this one's different. I fear Tamriel will never be the same again. If it's work you seek, speak with my Viscount, Marcius Carvain. He's more likely to have work for you than I. He spends most of his time in the castle. Farewell.
Can I help you? A group of bandits in the county. The Count has put a bounty on their heads. Here, take a look at the warrant. So the guard captain's actually looking into it. Excellent. Can't have the Carvain artifact collection lost to some random burglar. Some amulets, some rings, a katana, all of a Kaviri design. Priceless relics. Very valuable and very well loved by the Count. I didn't know. I was just doing the rounds here in the castle. I was about to go to bed for the night when I noticed something. Normally there's a little glint in the corner of my eye. The light bouncing off of one of the Akaviri amulets. But this time, nothing. I went to investigate, and the artifacts were gone. I'm sorry I can't be of more use. Best of luck with your investigation.
Welcome to our fair city. What brings you to Bruma?
I am Marcius Carvain, Viscount Bruma, at your service. Have you read my book by any chance? The usual, honest citizens, wild animals, bandits, all in one melting pot. That and stubborn Talos worshippers. They've always been a risk to Bruma since the Concordat. Old habits die hard. Yes, an explorer's guide to Skyrim. Very popular in Skyrim. Seems to turn up in the most unusual of places. It's quite interesting. It also affords me a fair amount of respect. Being the Count's second in command is no mean feat. As Viscount, I'm a sort of secondary Count, if you will. I deal with a lot of the same duties as the Count, albeit deferring to him. Often, when the Count is busy with other matters, he delegates lesser affairs to me. Bye.
Protect and serve. It's what we do.
Do you need something?
Can I? Welcome to Castle Bruma, seat of County Bruma, jewel of the Indeed I am. I handle the day-to-day business of the county on behalf of the Count, the fair and honorable Decilas Carvain. County Bruma is the jewel of Cyrodiil. Though the mountains may be frosty, the hearts of our people are as warm as the brightest heart. Of course, that's not to say that she's perfect. As with any county, we have our fair share of vicious wildlife and shameless brigand. But we don't let that put a dampener on things. That's the Nord way, after all. and Bruma's as Nordic as she is Imperial. Talk to you later.
Hello.
Hello?
What is it? Do? Oh, well, I suppose I don't really do anything in particular. I mean, I help out the Count when needed, of course. My father owned land outside of Bruma, and after some lucrative business with the Carvanes, became well respected. I inherited what he owned when he passed, and, well, here I am. Oh, but I do love conversations like this. Feel free to come back and chat about it again sometime. See you.
Within the walls, we'll keep you safe. Outside,
Well, just as I thought. No map markers for this stolen goods quest. And well, it is cool, actually. Detective story should be detective.
Want my advice? Always carry a good stock of potions and restoratives around with you. Never know when you'll be lying on the ground bleeding out.
Hello.
You're back. Have you played back the memory gem's recording for the captain? When is he arresting that damnable innkeeper? Xarxes' backside. I'm leaving this awful town. I've had enough of this cretinous Cyrodiil. I'm returning to Alinor. At least there I'm not assailed by lustful lizards.
What can I get you? What is it? I just wish my Heron was here. He would always make these long days seem much shorter. I'm sorry, don't mind me. Just a soldier's wife missing her husband. He was stationed at Fort Pail Pass, but we haven't heard anything for months. None of the soldiers passing through here on leave have seen him either. I've sent letter after letter, but they still haven't told me anything. I have no idea where he is, what happened to him, or if he's even still alive.
Renaud, you're distressing the customers.
The Imperial Fort placed right on the border to Skyrim. Mostly watches for illegal border crossing. Yes, many times.
Yes.
I've sent letter after letter, but heard nothing. I can send as many letters as I want, but if Heron isn't even at the fort, then he's hardly going to see them, is he? You would? I'd be indebted to you if you did, stranger. Like I said, he was garrisoned up at Fort Pail Pass. It's right on the border to... Good luck. And please, stranger, I beg of you, find my Heron.
I'm proud of my ancestry, as should all Nords be.
Talentless, tasteless fiends! How dare you insult my music? Could you do better?
Just like old times.
Because I was trained at the Bot's College in Solitude, and I'm the foremost practitioner
What is it?
of the art of song since Faulkner himself. You are nothing more than jealous maggots,
Hello?
grasping your waist to insult me and belittle my talent. And to that I say, good day.
Oh.
Can I help you?
Well.
Stenner Seno at your service. I'm no Nord, but I'll keep drinking mead until
Did you change the linens like I asked?
Hello, I changed the linens.
The Gerald View.
Trust me, Sturgis?
Ah, your room rental also includes complimentary access to the Gerald View bathhouse on the... Peruse it at your leisure. Our customers find it very rejuvenating. Your room's just this way. Please, follow me.
Hello? Stranger, have you seen my dad?
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
What is it? Haran? That oaf. Oh, did Licinia send you my way? Forget I said that. No, I haven't heard from him in months. Not since he was called to arms. It's that obvious, is it? Well, I don't hate the boy. He's a good husband to Licinia, and a good father to Elena. But if I had a son like that, I'd ask the Divines what I had done wrong. You might not understand why, but every soldier of the Legion takes an oath. Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor, Titus Mede II, and unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire. May those above judge me, and those below take me, if I fail in my duty. Long live the Emperor! Long live the Empire! Haran said those words, but I could tell he never meant them. He holds Skyrim and his Nord heritage closer to his heart than he ever held the Empire. Talk to you later.
Come, warm yourself by the hearth. Welcome to the Gerald View. What can I get you? Wine, mead, ale, water. What will it be?
Ralgar Silverplow, retired hunter and tracker at your... Good morning. Used to be, yes. I hunted game all over County Bruma, from the Gerals to the Vallis in the south, into Corel. Bagged some pretty impressive beasts in my day. Say, would you like to hear about the time I killed the most monstrous grizzly in all of Cyrodiil? I was out for a normal trek into the wild, and I found these tracks you see. They weren't any ordinary tracks either. They were big, huge, larger than any bear print I had ever seen before. I knew it was foolish to chase after such a monster, especially with the snow coming down as hard as it was. But I just thought of how beautiful its head would look, mounted over my mantle, and I pressed on. It found me on the slopes of Dive Rock, galloping from a copse of trees, faster than an avalanche. Its roar louder than thunder. I didn't have time to put an arrow into his heart. I dropped my bow, pulled out my axe, and danced with the beast on that mountain. Fortunately, such a creature is not well suited for hunting on the steep crags of the Gerald. After a little tussle, I sent the beast tumbling off the cliff to its death. Took me nearly a week to find, clean, and haul the carcass back to Bruma. Now it sits above the fire. A proper trophy. Thank you. I invite you to stop by my home any time to see the beast. But mind the wife. One wrong word and she'll talk your ear off about something or other. Not all of us can be proper, though, I suppose. Aye, that I am. Married in the true Nord way to my wife Felki. She might be a little talkative sometimes, what with all her stories of myths and nonsense and whatnot. But she is a good woman. At least I'm not like that, eh? Lots of refugees coming in from Skyrim. Civil war is getting pretty nasty, I hear. Goodbye.
Ancient Nordic ornaments, weapons, armor, you name it, I have it.
My mortar and pestle can make near any hello.
They call me Gort. My weapon wants a tempering. Things want to kill him. Fetch me 3 iron ingots to temper my weapon and my book of killin' so I know who needs killing. Then I'll give you gold. Only when my weapon wants a tempering and things want a killin'. Good. My killin' arm's itching to do more killin'. What is it?
Risada the Resplendent. Centaur extraordinaire.
The Restful Watchman. Rooms and food, that's what we do. What do you need?
At your service.
Ah, that's good to hear. Thank you. Here, take a little bit of coin on the house. Oh, and have this. It's a leftover memory gem that one of the guys took out of the elf's pocket when he was passed out on the floor. Might fetch a decent sum. I don't tend to gossip about my patrons. Bad for business, you know, especially when you're in my line of work. Fine. But keep this
Well,
down.
now I'm happy I learned that
There's this
speech
Breton guy
perk.
who comes through here every now and again. Sleaziest guy I've ever seen. Except for me, of course. Got a reputation to maintain, you know? Name's Etienne. Or something like that. Anyway, he mentioned something to do with Akaviri trinkets while we spoke. Mentioned wanting to sell them, or something. I guess he's your man. I don't know. Listen, do you really think I'm going to tell you everything about my customers? That's a sure way to get run out of this business. Listen, you want me to tell you so badly? Make me. I'm not budging until I've been forced to, legally. You know what I'm getting at, I assume.
Can I help you?
Good morning. What is it?
I've got rooms, I've got food, and drinks, and 1,000 elven ladies under my belt. Then go over to the Gerald View if it suits you better. Me, I think this inn has more character than Mr. Stantis Fancy Pants' little establishment. Seems to me you're starting trouble asking questions like that. This is a fine establishment. We don't pretend to be more than we are, though. Now, what can I get you? A Lamu Nethre, dark elf girl. She's wanting adventurers to help her with something. Not sure what. Bye. You here to do business?
Can I help you?
Good morning.
Yes, indeed. To my great regret, a few scalawags here in Bruma appear to have not paid their bills for their enchanted weapons from Risada. I am beside myself with angst about this, as you can no doubt imagine. So, my fair and, might I say, rather imposing friend, if you would be willing to speak to these scoundrels and acquire my warranted compensation, I would be most obliged. Excellent! Allow me to arm you with more knowledge of the aforementioned mischief makers. You'll need to speak with Roland Wickert, the young chap at the Synod Conclave here in Bruma. Stantis Valeria is the second of these reprobates, the owner of the Geraldview Tavern. The third is Stable Master Ila the Upright. Clearly the title was given rather than deserved. Do this for me, and I shall bestow coin upon you for each, and a truly copious recompense indeed once all three mischief makers are dealt with. Of course, excellent. Well, I have 5 fabulous, unique items in stock at the moment. The first is the wooden staff of awesome conflagration, which summons a tremendous fiery inferno at your target location. Extremely dangerous. The third is the blade of prepotence, which causes your... Fourth is the... Fifth is the rod of potency, which will certainly bring great pleasure. That I can guarantee. So, which will it be? Hello there. Well, they are regrettably significantly more banal than my exceptional unique items. I do keep a stock of some more pedestrian magical goods. Farewell.
To fail at a simple job like that. No way it was just a coincidence. It must have been. Oh, hello. What are you looking at? Speak. That's none of your... I suppose there's no harm in telling you now. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to help. I'm a mercenary. Been one for years now, and I don't often fail a job. But this last time, I did fail, but not through any fault of my own. Well, I suppose I could, yeah. You'll need to know more about the job first, though. I'd been hired by some anonymous noble to clear out a cave full of bandits near Bruma. Offered some nice coin, too. My wife came with me. We were battle partners. Things were going well until we were ambushed. Bandit reinforcements showed up out of nowhere, flanking us the way we came. They bound us and gagged us, left us disarmed and defeated. They left with my wife and left me to die. I managed to escape my captivity, but when I got back to the cave, they'd gone. All of them, including my wife. I've been searching for her damn near a whole year now. No success. Praise Malakath. Once you turn up something solid, let me know. I'll be here. The best place to start is probably the castle. Ask the nobles, see if they know anything.
What is it?
Can I help you? See you. Hello.
chin.
I sell the finest horses in Bruma. Well, the only horses in Bruma, but nevertheless the finest. Ah, yes, the enchanted horse hay he sold me. What a joke. The only thing magical about the hay was that it caught on fire very easily. My horses clippity-clop over it, and boom, it goes up in smoke. Nearly burnt down my stable. Well, I managed to get some use out of it as a way of getting rid of pests. Pretty fun to use, too. But he did still swindle me. Here, take the coin back to Risada, but tell him to
Well,
check that his enchanted
I knew I
items
should not
actually
buy
do what they
anything
say
from
they do
that
next
wild
time.
guy. And this quest is looking pretty much similar to Thieves Guild initial quest in Skyrim, by the way.
Hand to mouth in a Bruma slum. This is a far cry from the garrison. The Stormcloaks happened. Skyrim's descended into chaos, brother turning against brother. The rebels hunted us, so I eventually came here. At least Cyrodiil remains under stable Imperial rule. Once I've scraped together enough coin for the trip, I'll probably take a carriage to the Imperial City and explain what happened. Hopefully I'll get reassigned somewhere in Cyrodiil and get steady pay once again. But still, such chaos in Skyrim. I can't help but feel like the Empire might be on its last legs. Dark days. Dark days.
Until next time.
Talking herself up to impossible heights as usual. Don't listen to Araya. She's brash and bold. We're wise and resilient as ever. She's a brash, chest-pounding fool, that's what. Guard commander over at the Eastern Watchtower. She thinks she's better than us. I'm a veteran. I've been doing this for a long time, and Bruma hasn't fallen yet. I was here during the Great War, I'm still here now. And I'm not going anywhere. Not much happens out here, truth be told. But we still fulfill an important duty. Villagers from Applewatch use these roads every day, so they need to be kept safe. Traders, merchants, travelers, they all need these roads too, since we're so close to Bruma and Cyrodiil's so bustling. So it's a shame that threats keep cropping up constantly. Take just recently, for instance. Got some fresh-faced upstart bandits wandering the Gerals and harassing travelers. No idea why they've suddenly come up here, but we need to get rid of them. We've finally gotten resupplied, so hopefully we should be prepared to take them out next time we get the chance. You'd do that? However, if you would, could you do me a favor? The leader, if you can, bring it back with you.
What?
As a trophy to be...
Oh, ambush kitty. Great.
Victory, once again. I've been in this business for a long time. I'm not here to boast. Although we are certainly... better than a ring. Come up. through.
Who's there? Get away, huh? Are you ready to die today? Bruce! Let's hope Victorious welcomes you more kindly.
City guards. That jewelry was obviously stolen.
More and more mushrooms to alchemical experiments. Yes, yes.
Found him.
Use of your valuables. I just warming up. Tear you into 1,000 tiny
Got your
pieces.
coffin ready? I'll carve you in two.
This'll hurt.
ones apart from the poor ones. The rich ones have the most punchable faces.
What was that?
Not boring, I would say, really interesting and good dungeon design, and that kind of notes dropped on alchemy tables and different little items and pretty good amount of clutter and alchemy ingredients. Well, these dungeons are really low friendly and great, simply great. Oh, holy hell. I'm a dead man.
I'll show you what real pain feels like.
Then I'll give you that.
Calm down. I didn't know Rascal had more than I.
Who let baby out of the nursery?
And bleed to death.
You shall not pass.
Careful there.
You won't last another 5 minutes.
We've taken down much worse than you. I surrender! I surrender!
You look like you could make me very rich.
And another coin purse for the pillagers. Don't hurt me!
Here we go. That was just a piece of cake. Yes, just a piece of cake. Don't mess with me. Yeah. And that's a moment where we should see the image. But release version is release version. Bugs can appear.
Killed the brigands, eh? Well, that's a thorn removed from our side at the very least. Too bad I couldn't claim the blade and the glory for myself, though. Araya Snowfist's the commander at the Eastern Watchtower. She's been wanting the bandit's blade for a while. If she's right, the trophy will impress the powers that be in the castle, get us reassigned to a better job when one opens up. I know Carceus probably asked you to kill these bandits, probably for morale, and I can't force you to do anything. But I'd really appreciate it if you'd give the sword to Araya instead.
Oh, what a drama. Well, I will decide later. Well, that's all for now, folks. Today we finally discovered Bruma, explored the wilds a little, did a few quests and started, I believe it is, one of the main quests too, as well as ate about 20 mushrooms. The next step is to find that missing husband and continue the main quest line. Thank you for watching, stay tuned and see you tomorrow. Scimitar Gaming here, signing out.